The matter was already in the process of being withdrawn, as the NDPP had already instructed that the matters be withdrawn. It was just a matter of formalizing this issue by going to court and withdraw it officially in court, because the instruction that was given about 2-3 weeks ago, and then now the formalities are about to happen. But what is happening at the moment is that our lawyers are trying to, or the IDEC people are trying to get the lawyers of the affected people to agree to an earlier date, which is sometime this week. But if they are not able to do that and get all of the people or most of the people in court to withdraw it formally, then they will have to stick with the date of the 3rd of September, which was the date that was set anyway. But we are trying, because we just want this matter to be dealt with, we are trying to have it done this week, if all the people are there. But also, they have informed me that even if not all of them are there, because it's a withdrawal, if majority of them are in court, then we are able to do it. Therefore, we'll just see as to whether that will materialize, but it's something that we want to do as quickly as possible.
The National Prosecuting Authority is expected to withdraw all charges against Crime Intelligence Head Lieutenant General Dumisani, Brigadier Dineo Mukwele, and their co-accused this week, bringing an end to a case that has been overshadowed by growing questions about the investigation that led to their prosecution. The matter dates back to June 2025, when Khumalo, Mukwele, and others were arrested in connection with allegations of fraud and corruption linked to Mukwele's appointment as a brigadier. The accused have consistently denied the allegations. However, proceedings at the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry have since cast serious doubt on the investigation, with evidence suggesting that key aspects of the case may not have been properly investigated before the charges were brought. According to SABC, NPA spokesperson Kaisa Kganyago confirmed that prosecutors were attempting to secure an earlier court date to formally withdraw the charges. Kganyago said the investigating Directorate Against Corruption, IDEC, was engaging with the defense teams in an effort to bring the matter before the court sooner, and said, but if they are not able to do, then they will have to stick to the date of September 3, which was the date set anyway. The anticipated withdrawal follows revelations at the Matlanga Commission that the investigation into Khumalo, Mukwele, and their co-accused was allegedly incomplete. NPA head Andy Motibi subsequently indicated that charges will be withdrawn, effectively bringing the prosecution to an end. Khumalo had faced allegations that he interfered with the recruitment processes, circumvented mandatory vetting procedures, and failed to obtain the required top-secret security clearances. Prosecutors also accused him of improperly handling secret intelligence funds in connection with recruitment and appointments within crime intelligence. But testimony before the Matlanga Commission has painted a dramatically different picture of the events surrounding the arrest. Evidence presented to the inquiry has raised allegations that the criminal case was not simply the result of a legitimate investigation, but formed part of an alleged attempt to remove Khumalo and others from their position. The claims have placed the conduct of those involved in the investigation under renewed scrutiny and raised questions about whether criminal charges were used as a mechanism to settle internal battles within the police service. The withdrawal of the case is therefore likely to intensify scrutiny of how the investigation was conducted, why the charges were authorized in the first place, and whether prosecution was based on sufficient evidence. For Khumalo and his co-accused, the withdrawal would mark a significant turn in a case that has followed them for more than a year. Meanwhile, the IDEC deputy head, Advocate Peter Seronye, believed that he was set up in the questionable probe that led to the arrest of crime intelligence officials, Lieutenant General Dumisani and Brigadier Dineo Mukwele. Testifying at the Matlanga Commission, Serunye said evidence so far had fundamentally changed his understanding of the case, leaving him convinced that he and junior prosecutor Jay Hlachwayo had been thrown into an investigation they should never have been part of. And that I feel a little bit angry if I think about it. It feels like I was set up. Hlachwayo as well. I think junior as she was, I don't think she was supposed to be involved in this case. His evidence added another twist to the handling of the crime intelligence probe against Dineo Mukwele. Mukwele, Kumalo, and several senior police officials were arrested by IDEC on June 26, 2025 on allegations of fraud and corruption linked to Mukwele's appointment as a brigadier. Serunye described the arrest as shambolic and questioned why former IDEC head advocate Andrew Johnson allocated the Mukwele case to Hlachwayo without consulting him, despite the matter falling under his supervision. He said he was taken aback that such sensitive prosecution had been assigned to a junior prosecutor without his knowledge. Commission Chairperson Justice Mbuzeni Matlanga also questioned the involvement of senior investigator Brian Padayachi, noting that an intelligence-related investigation would ordinarily have fallen under Deputy Director Advocate Paul Lowe. Serunye said Padayachi reported to Lowe, who appeared inadequately prepared and insufficiently informed about the matter. He said his role in the investigation effectively ended after the June 27 bail application before he moved on to other cases. It was only on August 8, he said that Johnson called him back and informed him she had decided to include him in the expanding investigation. Serunye was later tasked with overseeing both the Lushaba and Kumalo matters as the probe widened. He also reflected on KZN Commissioner Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi's media briefing on July 6, admitting that he initially dismissed the commissioner's allegations, and said, "To be honest, I doubted his remarks at the time. However, after hearing evidence from Johnson and other senior prosecutors before the commission, he said his perspective changed completely, and said that's when I realized that maybe it appears I found myself in an offside opposition, or at least handled the bail with my hands." Despite insisting he acted in good faith, Serunye acknowledged that he remained troubled by how the investigation unfolded and expressed regret that the matter progressed as far as it did.
All these questions that I'm having, in being new into the matter, I wanted investigations to be covered. And my affidavit reads, as regards the qualifications relied upon, SAQA confirmed only Ms. Mukwele's matric, diploma and engineering degree. Her project management certificate and her MBA were not verified at the time. Verification was only obtained belatedly after the arrest and after my repeated prompting. In addition, no HR expert had been engaged to assess the full body of some 76 applications so as to determine whether the disqualification of other candidates and Ms. Mukwele's progression to the shortlist and appointment had been proper. Determination of that nature could not be made without such expertise.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.